Hi, everybody. I barely made it back here in time to go on. Um, it has a countdown. I wonder what happens if you miss your start time. Oh, there's my tooth. Yep, my tooth's gonna be bothering me all night again. And the damn dentist office did not call today, and so about 3 o'clock I decide, well, I better call them because apparently they forgot to call me, or I didn't know what happened. And then I couldn't find the phone number, and it's a new dentist, so I don't remember the name of the dentist. And I have three phones. Um, they don't all. They're not all. Two of them. Sorry, I'm trying to get adjusted here. Two of them. I. It's a mess down here by my feet. Two of them. Hold on. Hi, Pete. Two of them I have to be hooked up to the internet to use. The Apple phone I use to like video record, and um, the other one, my dog is being needy right now. He thought we were gonna go for a walk, but I was just going to the bathroom and making a cup of coffee. And I was trying to find something else. But anyway, I couldn't find the dentist number, so I'm gonna have to go through all three phones and try to figure out which phone number is the dentist's phone number. So, disclaimer, I still have my front tooth missing, and was finishing my cigarette too. I know that's kind of rude. People say it's rude, but you know what? Doug smoked on screen, and I'm a smoker, so I'm gonna smoke sometimes. It's hard to have a cup of coffee without a cigarette. Any smokers out there will know. Yeah, Kim, I only have three phones because, like, there's only one that is used to make calls. The other one I use to text because, or to like, a lot of times in the chats, I use that phone because the the things are big enough to text, without making 100 mistakes. And then the iPhone, I use it for photographs mainly. Um, and yeah, mainly photographs. But I guess I better get used to reading the chat. I'm usually so busy talking and gabbing that I don't even pay much attention to the chat. But plus, there's usually not very many people in here saying that much. Y'all just listen to me tell my crazy stories. Oh my gosh, last night was something else. Yep, I told some crazy stories last night, and I didn't mean to. They just kind of it came out. And Summer told me that I tell too much, about my life over the internet. But like I said last night, I just am who I am, and the stories are so crazy, and I have to laugh at them. Like when they were happening, they were tragic and they were terrible. But looking back, oh my gosh, like that's why I'm writing a book, because the stories, I mean, they're like out of a movie or off a TV show. They're that wild. Um, and so I was looking tonight. I went to try to find. I actually a couple of weeks ago, I when I had my book pulled out and I read the introduction. Like that was my first video on my channel because I didn't know what else to talk about. So I read it in the introduction to my book, and then after that I worked on chapter 1, and I thought it was pretty good, and I went to look for it, and I have no idea, of course, where I put it. So who knows? I mean, I do have two filing cabinets. I didn't look in the filing cabinets. That would be my next place to look. But in the meantime, I don't have anything to read. I think your missing tooth bothers you more than it does the rest of us. Oh, probably so. I'm probably so. Don't you always aren't you always more conscious of things about yourself than other people are? It really is a big snaggle tooth. And to be right out in front. Oh, you know what? I was going back and listening to the last night's show a little bit because there was a part that I had forgotten something if I told y'all or not, but and the sound was not that good. And so I was thinking tonight that I would try plugging in the microphone and I don't really need the headphones, but if this is going to make the playback audio better, I should probably use it. Where does it even go? Um, can y'all hear me? I don't know if it's working or not, but I'm sure you'll let me know. If it's not, I can take the headset off. Good. Okay, that means so tomorrow, if somebody does watch the replay, at least the audio will be better. And the picture, like, was kind of choppy. It kept, you know how they, what's it called? I guess it was lagging. It would freeze up just for like 2 or 3 seconds, and you could hear me still talking, but the screen was frozen. So I don't know if that's something with StreamYard, with my computer, or with YouTube, because I am not tech savvy and have no idea who I would blame on that. So, um, did y'all hear me say in Cricket's chat that someone accused me of being in a cult and not knowing it? It says, see, I can't even keep up with the chat, so I'm just gonna talk. I don't think y'all care. Um, oh, if y'all need to pop out of here, that's fine. Thanks so much for checking me out. But so anyway, I don't know if y'all have seen Alonzo. It's comes up um, in my stream as Alonzo's blog, and he never shows his face, but sometimes he'll have like a voice recording, or sometimes he will just, you know, type something and post it. Well, I was going to try to pull it up because I was going to share it with you, and I want to tell you what I wrote back to him and see what. Oops, sorry. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Sorry, that didn't work. I should have had pulled up ahead of time, actually, but I think I can share the screen, actually. Like, hold on, let me figure this out. Like this, and then I can go here, share screen. Sorry. Um, sorry guys, I'm trying to figure this out. I forgot I should have probably had that. Uh-oh. I should have had that up ahead of time. Okay. And you can't really see it though. Um, trying to figure this out. I can't really pull it up unless I can see what I'm doing. I can pull it up on my phone though. That's what I'll do.
That's why I have so many phones. Hold on, I'm gonna pull it up. That one's dead. Yeah, this is an old Apple. It's like an 8. Um, I saw someone say they had a 6. Yeah, this is an 8, but I'll tell you what, it's a good little phone. So yeah, Alonzo's blog, and I did a reaction video before Stephanie Hutchinson attacked did her first attack. Alonzo was attacking the SPTV community and like the second gens, and I did not like that at all. So I went on and uh, did a reaction video to his blog, uh, telling him exactly what I thought and why we were what we are and why we weren't what he was saying we were. He was saying that we were essentially a cult, like we had a leader, and that um, we're we listen to. He was inferring that like Aaron's the leader, and he tells us all what we can and can't do, or what we can and can't say, stuff like that. Of course, all rubbish, all hogwash. So, okay, I'm gonna just bear with me. I have to remember what I'm doing and try to talk at the same time, and sometimes I have a hard time doing that. Okay, so um, recently uploaded, I guess. It's just a post, it's not a video, that's why. Um, oops, so sorry. This is so weird. I wonder where it would be. Gosh darn it. I'm just gonna scroll down and see if I run across it because I've run across it. Oh wait, it was in my channel comments. So let me go to my channel comments. Uh, I'll get to it. Hey, okay. This is, of course, I can't find things as easy on the phone as I can on the computer. Okay. Mm, that's not it. How do I get to my there, manage videos? Oh my gosh. Always wanting me to pay money for something. Okay, I'm almost there. Oh god. Mm, I think I'm almost there. Okay, there are my videos, but how do I get to my comments? Dang. I can't even find my comments on here. This is crazy, y'all. I am so sorry. I don't know what else to do. Why I can't find this. Uh, doesn't it seem like it would be under his, let me try going to his one more time. Okay. Oh, Okay, I just don't get it. Yeah, it's not coming up in his. I'm sure it's somewhere on his in his stuff, but I sure can't find it. This is upsetting. Oh well, I guess I'm uh, just not meant to find it. Darn it. I don't know where else to look. Oh well, gosh, I really wanted to read it to you guys too. And it's so weird that it's not anywhere. I mean, why isn't it? There's Tori. I mean, I know it's on here somewhere. I'm just gonna look for a couple more, a few more scrolls, a few more seconds. So if I want to, so weird. I wonder why I can't get to my comments on my phone. Well, shit, I don't know what to do. I know I can't just keep scrolling this and trying to find it. So, well, I see everything else that, like everything I watched today and everything that like has been in my feed for the past 24 hours is here, but not that. So weird. So weird. Well, anyway, so oh gosh. Um so yeah, now what am I gonna talk about? I mean, I could tell a story, but I don't even know which story to tell because I have so many. And then I ran across some interesting things. I don't really want to go into it right now because he's right out in the next painting. He's going to go to bed pretty soon because oh my gosh, you guys, I have to go get blood work tomorrow. I hate having my blood drawn. Oh my gosh, I hate that so bad. But I've been putting it off for a year and a half. So it's hey, this microphone's not bad because it kind of covers that one tooth, huh? It helps, especially if I turn the camera a little bit more, maybe um, that way. My tooth doesn't show up quite as bad, does it? Aha! I should have thought of this a long time ago. That's funny. Um, yeah, he's going to bed in a few minutes. Um, so I can wake him up at noon because my appointment's at 1:30. But I found he left a front and back. Nope, not front and back. Just front and front. A two-page letter. I don't even know how long. This must have been, I guess, probably about 6 months ago. I woke up to this letter in the bathroom from him. I'm going to read it to y'all, and you'll get an idea of. I haven't read it in 6 months, so I'm not exactly sure what's in there, but this will give you some idea of what our relationship is like now, and probably I'm assuming that it will show what a narcissist he is. Maybe not. I'm assuming that because, yeah, he can't help himself but to, show the symptoms of being a narcissist. Oh, goodness, goodness. So, just reading y'all's stuff in the chat. Oh, you were a truck driver, Smo? I think that'd be a cool job. Only because, well, me and him, when we were married, were living in Las Vegas, and so we decided to sell our house, and we bought a fifth wheel and a brand new truck, and we drove around the country, and we would stop if we found some place we liked. We would stop, and we would just stay there as long until we got tired of it. Then we'd move to the next place, and we started in Las Vegas, and we went over to California and then up California and then across the top of the country. I forget which interstate that is, but we went through, like, I remember the cheapest gas I ever saw was in Nebraska. Guess I could get this off the screen, huh? Yeah, and then he's from Pittsburgh, so we ended up, when we went to Pittsburgh, then we went down the East Coast, stopping here and there, and we ended up in Jupiter, Florida, where we stayed for probably at least 6 months. One of my brothers was living down there at the time. This was in the early 90s, like probably a year before I left him, a year or two, I don't know. Um, but that was fun, like driving and seeing the country. So I imagine being a truck driver would be kind of like that in a way. You get to see the country, even. I mean, you get to see the country at least. But let me put that phone down. He's about to go up, so I don't want to start reading this until he gets there. Yeah, what was your favorite route? I know I have driven from um, Florida to California or Texas to California and back a few times, going across I-10. I-10 for the win. And 2.5 years ago, when we moved to Jacksonville, we came from Humboldt County, California, Northern California. So, I mean, we were from one ocean to the other, from the Pacific to the Atlantic. We drove and we didn't rush, but it took us, I think, gosh, I think at least a week and he did all the driving, of course, because he won't, hi, Red. He did all the driving because he won't let me drive his van. His van, y'all, is 28 years old. Yes, it's antique. And he loves it. And I mean, I appreciate having a ride, you know, so I can catch rides from him, but I think he could update his vehicle, but he doesn't want to spend the money on it. And I don't blame him. He's 87. I mean, it's not like we need a new vehicle to drive. Plus, he can um, carry his paintings in the van. So, not that he carries his paintings places too much because mainly he just paints. He doesn't sell. He's like me. He likes to paint and not have to sell it. So if I'm telling you, when I make a video showing y'all around my studio, I'm going to show y'all his studio. You would not believe the amount of paintings stacked up out in our. His studio consists of the whole living room and dining room is his studio. Like, we don't really have a living room and dining room. Um, he has turned that into a studio, which is fine with me because I don't sit out and watch TV with him anyway. So, and I don't eat with him. I eat in my room or in my studio. But he has so many paintings out there. So he doesn't go out to sell them very much. But when he does, at least the van comes in handy for that. Um, his friend, I was talking about his friend coming to visit from California. He was going to drive, and I was going to catch a ride back with him, and he was going to drop me off in Austin so I could protest because that's my dream thing to do right now is to either be in LA or Austin protesting. Um, but he's flying out here, so he called tonight and he made his plane reservation. But he's not coming till next month. So anyway, he has turned off his studio light, so I imagine he'll be walking by here to go upstairs in just a minute. He's gonna have some coffee real quick. Like I said, I shouldn't be drinking coffee on here. It always goes down the wrong pipe. I'm so sorry. That's so rude. I hope that didn't come across the microphone like a loudspeaker. Sorry, y'all. I talked to my son tonight, which is good, and he's in college in Kentucky. And hi, Maya. I have got to, you guys, learn to watch the chat. It's terrible. I just don't. I start talking and I get like lost in my in my own stories and stuff. Um, yeah, I talked to my son and he's like, I said, what have you been doing? How have you been doing? He's like, it's boring here. I said, boring? What do you mean? I said, it's college. He said, yeah, there's nothing going on. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, just tough it out, son. This is your future. I know you could do it. Just tough it out. He's like, I know. And I said, well, are you thinking of wanting to change schools? He said, maybe. So I said, why don't you go to UT? Because, that's where my mom lives. And I said, you wouldn't have to pay for, a room. You'd have a place to stay. And Austin's a pretty cool town. So, but he was thinking he was born and raised in Florida. Went to all of his schooling was in Florida. So all of his friends are in college in Florida. And his dad lives. I'll be gone because I told him that we are moving to Arizona after September, and but his dad lives in Destin, which is between Panama City and Pensacola on the Gulf side of the state. So he could go to a college in Texas or Florida, or we're trying to move to Arizona. He could actually go somewhere in Arizona too. So, but that would be. I know that's out of the question. There's no way he's going to move in or move close to me while my mom's still alive. Austin reminded you of California. Or yeah, Austin. I don't know. I think Austin's better than California now. California is, gosh, it's changed so much. Like I graduated high school in 1980. I met him like a month after I graduated high school, and I was still 17. I didn't turn 18 till that following September, and he was 42. And so I met him, and I I was registered to go to college in New Braunfels, which is like an hour south of Austin. I was going to, they've changed the name now. It used to be Southwest Texas State University when I went to it, but I was driving back and forth to see him and to party, and only lasted one semester. And and he said one day he said, "Well, I'm moving to California, so I'm only going to be around, a few more weeks or whatever," he said. I said, "Well, I want to go with you." And he's like, "Really?" He was like surprised that I wanted to leave my family and friends and everything in Texas and move to California with him. Gosh, I'm so stupid. I wish I never would have done that. Live and learn, huh? But my point was, California back in 1980 was so different than it is now. Don't you think, Red? Your niece lives just outside Austin. They love it. Yeah, I have so much family there. You know, I've said it a thousand times, but that's where I was homeless for 2.5 years. And I mean, I had been going there for years because so much of my family lives there, but I didn't really know the city like when you're homeless and they have the best bus system, and I had never ridden a city bus before 2.5 or before 4 years ago, and I had to learn the bus system, and I looked at the map the first time and I'm like, it was Chinese to me. I'm like, there is no way I'm going to be able to do this. But of course, I figured it out eventually. And after making a lot of mistakes and ending up places I had no business being, but yeah, so I really want to move to Austin, but he won't move back to Texas. He wants to be near the Colorado River, uh, and I guess the art market's good in Santa Fe, New Mexico, and in Phoenix, and in Palm Springs. That's all the same part of the country. He has some illusion that he's going to be selling paintings, but I've known him for how many years? I'm 62, and I met him when I was 17. I've known him for that long, and I've never seen him go out and sell paintings. I mean, he does, but not when I've been around him. That's the truth. It always seems to happen like, I don't know, when I'm out of the picture. But I suppress a squirrel. California was once a great state. Yeah, it's horrible now. I lived in, do you know where Benicia is? Sup- Suppressive squirrel. It was the first state capital of California. It's by Vallejo. I lived there for 5 years, and actually, I was living there but working at a resort in Lodi when I had my accident in 2002. You had to run to Arlington, Texas to the GM plant for years. Arlington, I've never, is that up in the Panhandle Smoke? I'm not real familiar with like with North or East Texas. Excuse me. Palo Alto area. Okay. Yes. You wouldn't. Yeah. Well, let's see. I was there. My accident was in 2002. I must have moved there in like 98 or 99. I don't maybe 97. Oh, all the years running together. But I loved it back then. I didn't spend that much time in the city except when I would go to the baseball games. Your son went to school in Palo Alto. Yeah, I think I went to a concert one time. It was Stone Temple Pilots, but it was at a small. Um, it wasn't an arena. It was like an auditorium or something. I saw them. Hi, Johnny. Welcome. Um, but yeah, San Francisco now, from what I see on the TV, like the downtown area is horrendous. Like, haven't a lot of the stores closed and everything because of um, STP? Yeah, they were good. Yeah, yuck, you're right. But remember when those people were just like groups of them would run in and just grab everything they could and run out of the store, and there's nothing they could do about it. And so, like, the stores started closing down. I think, I mean, that's been a couple of years, but I imagine they haven't reopened. um, I don't know, but yeah, California is way different. And I still like it. Like, I think like Newport Beach, or maybe like, I don't know, Santa Monica maybe, or more southern, even maybe San Diego. I wouldn't mind, but y'all, we all know how expensive it is there. And it just is. It's just more expensive to live there than anywhere else. So I certainly can't afford it. And Arizona's right next door. So plus, I have lived in the high desert, living in Las Vegas for 13 years, so I know what it's like. And I didn't like it that much, but I didn't dislike it either. So I'm just tired of Florida. I've been here since 2002, minus the 2.5 years I was homeless. So theft, car break-ins, smash and grab. Yeah, smash and grabs. That's what I was talking about. Suppress the squirrel. Yeah, that was amazing. People in charge have intentionally let that happen. Yep, and I hate to get political, but Gavin Newsom is an ass. I'm sorry. A lot of that happened under his watch, and I forget who was in office before that. And even the local government in San Francisco, they're Democrats, and I think the Republicans are just as bad as the Dems now, pretty much. I think they might be a little better, but only slightly. I don't know. They're probably all bad. But all I know is I believe Biden has just run this country into the ground, and I can't imagine either one of the people that are up for election. I can't imagine either one of them being in office, like, coming up. I don't know, understand why there aren't new choices. Oh yeah, Monterey. I like Monterey too. I liked Santa Cruz. I loved Santa Cruz. I used to go to Santa Cruz with my girlfriends a lot. We would just go down there for the weekend. It was fun. The proof is when the China Lair came. It was all cleaned up. Oh, was it really? And see, I don't watch the. Ever since I have to cough. Sorry. Ever since I was watching YouTube about a year ago, when I really started going on it all the time, I never watch TV or the news. I don't watch anything but YouTube anymore. And the news is so depressing to me, and I get so angry at the the politicians that I don't even watch it anymore. Um, please don't vote for him, or the world will look like California. Both parties are nuts. That's true. Agreed. Yep. The mafia runs San Francisco and has has at least since the 1960s. It's worse now than ever, though. Yeah, so I mean, I don't know why. How did it get so bad? Just because, like, it's so lawless, it seems like. I don't know. I mean, if they've been running it since the 60s, then what? The what are they called? The OGs are gone, and so the people coming in don't know how to run it or something. That's what it seems like. I don't know. I agree about buying. I was at DIM all my life until 2012. Then went libertarian. Red stopped network TV since 2018. I don't blame you. Yes, we're all on the brink of lawlessness. It's crazy what this guy and the border. I mean, oh my gosh, I cannot even imagine living in southern Texas anymore. I guess my aunt lived in McAllen, Texas, all my life growing up, and she's in Austin now. But I mean, we used to go see her all the time and hop over. We would go over to Mexico, you know, for lunch or to buy souvenirs, and so I just can't imagine the people pouring in down there, and how it can be happening like it is. And as far as I can tell, I don't think like no one has made a real big deal of it. Like I, I would think reporters would be reporting on that stuff every night. I don't know why they don't, but that's just what I think. That's what happens when the leaders are all coked out and corrupt. Yeah. There's a reason why the founder of Cash App was murdered there. I didn't hear about that. I have family there, and it's a situation for sure. Yeah. Main difference between here and Mexico is the people in Mexico know it's corrupt, and they admit it's corrupt, I guess. But it's been corrupt for so long. I mean, it's been corrupt here, but not so blatant. I don't think. Like growing up, I just don't remember it. It was not like this. Do y'all agree? Like, I was born in 62, and the politicians weren't so blatantly bad back then. I know that they were doing underhanded stuff because that's what they do, but I mean, now it's like out in the open and they could give a rat's ass if they're being watched or not. It's like they don't have to answer to anybody, and they know it. I just feel sorry for like my son and the generations past that because what it's coming to, I mean, ay, 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 it's scary. I imagine like it could get to where, it'd be hard to buy food and stuff. That's what I'm glad I'm not going to be around for that. He was murdered the same week they rolled out his new software. Oh, really? Wow, FED. Now, which is the US digital dollar platform. Lots of people say it was a sacrifice. Wow. See, that's why I don't watch the news because I don't understand all that stuff. I know I wouldn't have kids now. Yeah, I didn't have a child till I was 41, and it was after my accident. I didn't think I could have children. Surprise, surprise. And I'm so glad I did. Like, there's nothing like loving a child. It's such a different kind of love. I'm so glad I got to experience it. Oh, it wasn't on the news? Oh, was it just like across the internet or something, Johnny? Listen to, okay, to Sweet Madam Blue by Styx. Oh, this song is very prophetic. Okay, I better write that down because, I mean, I used to love Styx. Oh my gosh, Styx and Supertramp and Steve Miller Band and oh gosh, we could name them all, couldn't we? I'm gonna write it down though. I have a piece of glass over here that I work on with my clay and jewelry and stuff, and I can just grab a Sharpie and write on it. I love it. Sweet Madam Blue. Blue. I will definitely listen to that after this, after I go off. But yeah, the Mamas and the Papas, my stepdad had a couple of their albums. That's the only reason I know who they are. Cass Elliot could sing, huh? Y'all, I have two puffs left on my cigarette. I hope you don't mind. I start talking so much and it goes out. There were so many good bands back then. Just watched a documentary on Mama Cass the other day. Yeah, uh, I think probably the same documentary is coming up on my um, stream. Did you watch it on YouTube? Thanks, Fred. I was thinking about you and M&M's today. It was funny. The JFK assassination was coup. I don't know how to say French words. Diete. They've been slowly placing psychopaths in all levels of government ever since. Yep, you are right about that. You are right about that. And I just can't believe that like that assassination happened and then like they got away with it. It's just it blew my mind. All the leaves are brown. Okay, I cannot carry a tune. You will not hear me ever sing karaoke. I can't even get drunk enough to sing karaoke because I am not going to embarrass myself on a stage with a microphone. I cannot carry a tune at all. But you won't be hearing any night med songs or anything from this girl. Oh, that bag's empty, Red. So, well, I don't. Oh, he took my dog out for a walk. So I'm going to start reading this because I'm interested to what it says. I know when I read it, I was rolling my eyes and stuff. This is after we had a big fight, and this was okay. He writes K. Oh, maybe this one wasn't one of his bad ones. Now that I think of it, we'll see. I'm so disappointed with you. Well, persisting in calling me cheap. Oh, he can't stand it when I call him cheap. He is, though, you guys. Oh my gosh, he will reuse foil. Swear to God. You. I can't even read that word. Oh, you've promised you wouldn't do that anymore. You have a short memory. Yes, I do. When I helped you get to your son, you said to me, sorry, his writing's bad in this. You said to me, I guess I can't call you cheap anymore. Buying you the scooter doesn't make me kind. It is simply a cheap person doing an act of kindness because I told him, just because you bought me a scooter and I appreciate it and I'm blessed to have it and everything, but that doesn't make you not cheap. That makes you kind. You bought me a wonderful gift. Anyway, I thought we were getting along pretty well lately. And then, oops, sorry, I don't know what I hit on my computer. I thought we were getting along pretty. Where was I? Sorry. Uh, well, lately. And then you start calling me cheap again. Threats of evicting you or calling the police. Yeah, who threatens to call the police on someone. Like we would be fighting, and since this is his condo and it's in his name, and I don't have any kind of lease or anything, even though I pay rent, he won't give me a receipt. I pay him cash, but he will not give me a cash receipt because he thinks I'll turn him into the IRS or something. I don't know. But anyway, threats of evicting you or calling the police doesn't work for very long. Okay, I have to wait a minute because they just came in. I don't want him to hear me reading this. You can tune a piano, but you can't tune a fish. I like that. That's so funny. I have some cute little innocent jokes like that. Like, why is six afraid of seven? Because seven, eight, nine. And if I wanted patience, I'd be a doctor. A few little things like that I used to tell my son, and he would just laugh and laugh like kids do. Kimberly, so true. It seems so much worse since 2007 or so. I don't know if the older people held them back or something, but now these people will murder kids for no reason. It's so sad, isn't it? And, cheap people that will spread lots of money on others, but they reuse plastic silverware. Yes, that's why I was trying to explain to him, because you bought me a nice gift doesn't mean you're not cheap. Oh, it's just he cannot stand it if I call him cheap, or he's also greedy, very greedy, very greedy. Um, Calling someone cheap versus calling police. Yeah, tell me. I would much rather be called cheap than have the police called on me any day. And um, Johnny, you missed the stories last night, but I've been to prison. He's been to prison. You would think that like we wouldn't be calling the police or threatening to call the police on each other, right? But he feels he has every right to threaten me with that. And I know I talk about him a lot and mean, but Johnny, I was with this man for 13 years, and I met him when I was 17, and he was 42, and all of my trauma comes from the years I was with him. And I am living here as a roommate with him because I had nowhere else to go. Um, in 2019, I'll just say it real quick to recap because everybody else has heard the long version, but I was abusing my pain medication and I'm in a wheelchair. I had a bicycle accident 22 years ago, and I got abusive with my pain medication. My mom said go to rehab or move out. So of course, I go to rehab, and she called rehab and told me that I didn't have a place to live anymore. I'm not her daughter. I don't know you. Bye. And that was a little couple of months over 5 years ago, and she has not talked to me since until about a month ago. I received a letter from her. It was 2 sentences long. It said, I'm sorry to laugh, but it's a letter because it was in an envelope and it was folded up and it came in the mail. So it was a letter, but it was 2 sentences long. And it said, I have forgiven you, Kelly, a long time ago for being a drug addict, but I still can't have you in my life. So um, I've been on disability for 22 years, and I do like make jewelry and sell it and stuff, but my income is not steady enough to afford a place on my own. So I'm just kind of forced. Let's say it out loud right now. Hold on. Hi, Maya. Hi, Maya. Maya. At first, I thought you called him sheep. That's funny. That is hilarious. Oh, that's funny. I guess I could say that too. Sheep. That cracks me up. Oh, my tooth. I'm trying to block it with this microphone. Mm. Living there must be triggering. Um, it 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 is, and it. I guess. Yeah, it is because I like explode in 2 seconds flat. I said that last night. Like it takes me literally. He can say one sentence and I go there. So, yeah, he does trigger me a lot. Um, I don't talk to my parents either, but I have such a valid reason. Wow. Yeah, I don't think my mother has a valid reason. I mean, I can see her point up to like being mad at me for a couple of years or something, but like I would think she would see me getting clean and not asking her for anything. Like I don't need to live with her anymore. I don't need money from her. I don't need her to pay my bill. I don't need anything from her anymore. And I have a son who looks to her as a mother figure. She took him away from me out of my life. And so I think that she should have been like working to repair this relationship, but she hasn't. And I don't think she has a valid reason to still not want me. This is what bothers me. And everybody heard it last night too. Sorry. um, Johnny, I want to be able to go celebrate Christmas and Thanksgiving with my family. Like my son goes with my family, and I haven't had Christmas with my son in like 5 years, and it's just really hurtful. I just want to at least be invited to funerals, weddings, um, get a birth announcement, and get an invitation to Thanksgiving and Christmas. That's all. That's all I care about, really. Um, um, golly, hairs in my mouth. Brett says I'm having issues thinking about moving back to the house I was abused in. It isn't exciting at all. Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, that will start bringing back some memories. Yeah, I would be so proud of my kids if they were involved in something like that and cleaned their lives up. Yeah, it is sad, Red, but I can barely make it on 2,100 a month. I don't know how people that make less than that can survive. Well, it's hard. Both Richard and I make the lowest you can get. Like he's getting Social Security and I'm getting disability, and it's both less than 1,000. I make less than 1,000 a month, and he makes less than 1,000 a month. And if we didn't live together, neither one of us could afford it, on our own. So you won't go to your parents' funeral. Yeah, my mom was diagnosed with ovarian cancer this past September, and um, I guess that's a real hard cancer to beat, and most people don't live past 5 years. So I'm kind of expecting that she won't be around that much longer. And I don't know if I'm even going to be invited to the funeral. I imagine my aunt will be in charge of all that, and she's on my mom's side. My mom lives with her, so I don't know if I'll be going or not. Even if your mom didn't want you to move back in and she forgives you, I don't see any reason why she couldn't stay in contact. Me neither. And, she told my sister not to tell me that she, when she got diagnosed with cancer, she doesn't want me to know anything about her, um, which my sister tells me, she she doesn't, but my mom doesn't know that I know. because I haven't told anyone. I haven't told my son or anyone that my sister told me because I would not out her like that. But um, do you have to be invited to funerals over there? um, no, you don't have to be invited to them, but like I wouldn't want to cause anybody any stress or like I just wouldn't want to create a bad situation, you know? Or maybe I don't want anyone to be able to question me about why I am there. I think that would be very hurtful. Like it's my mom. I think I can be here. Well, your mom, she wasn't speaking to you, so I don't think she would want you here. I don't want to hear that, you know? That's funny. You have to be invited to funerals over here. That's a good question. Um, oh, um, I guess there was someone on one of the streams was talking about maybe it was in Portland. They left the org left a bunch of trash out, like baiting the protesters to go through or to grab the trash bags, you know, because in Chicago, that one guy ruffled through Scientology's trash and found all that stuff. So the protesters in, I think it was Portland, think they were baited with empty bags of trash and they didn't go for it. They just left them sitting there. And someone in the chat said, "Are y'all allowed to just throw bags of trash out on the sidewalk like that?" I started laughing too because that's a logical question, but in the chat I wrote, "No, not really." I think I'm the only one that answered her. I didn't want to explain it, you know, like, yeah, it goes there while on the day the trash truck is coming and while you're waiting for it to be taken away, but you can't just like put trash there on Monday if they don't come get it till Thursday. You know, we don't do that over here. But uh, um, do you have to? Oh, yeah, but isn't it about the dead person? It would be for you to get closure. Yeah, but you know what? That's I guess why people go to funerals. The only reason I go to funerals really is um, not to get closure because they don't give me closure, but it's out of respect, you know, for their life and knowing them and just respect that they were a person in my life. I think that's why I go. Um, but I know they don't give me closure. My grandmother lived to be 100 and she died about 5 years ago. And I wouldn't even look at her in casket. I didn't want to see her, you know, after she had passed. So, hi, Fluffer Squirrel. Um, yeah, I don't know. So, doesn't look like he's gone upstairs yet. I want to keep reading this. I'm just not exactly sure where he is. I can't hear him. I don't know. Hold on a minute. My coffee's getting so cold. I don't like cold coffee. I don't like iced coffee. I do like frappuccinos, but I don't like cold coffee. Hi, Ann Campbell. You hate funerals. You go because people would think bad of me if I didn't. Yeah, I, there's a handful of reasons I can think of why people go, and a lot of people do go for closure, I guess. But yeah, it's best to be safe and go. I can't. I don't know. Gosh. Um, Yeah, I imagine I'll go to my mom's funeral because, I mean, she's my mother. And how dare anyone think I shouldn't be there? She was the one that chose not to speak to me. I didn't, like, she can, I'll speak to her anytime, you know. I'm not the one that disconnected, it was her. So, and if she doesn't want me at her funeral, if she doesn't want me at her funeral, she better write me a letter and tell me before she dies. That's all I can think of. And gosh, I've got to write her back. I keep saying that, you guys. I have got to just do it. But oh my gosh, this fan's blowing these little tiny hairs into my mouth. That's terrible. I keep fidgeting. Um, yeah, I keep saying that I need to write her, and I do, but god dang, I have so many things I'm doing every day besides sitting down to write a letter. Um, Often people show up in funerals for relatives they haven't spoken to in years and years. Yeah, isn't that's kind of funny too, but I don't know. I guess maybe they just want to show respect. I don't do much because what people will think of me. It's liberating, but some people think I'm an arse, and that's okay with me. Life is too short, in my humble opinion. You are right about that. Yeah, I don't care what. I mean, I care a little bit what people think about me. That's why I'm so embarrassed about my snaggle tooth. But for the most part, I do not care what they think of me. Like Richard, oh my gosh, he is so vain. I mean, he cares so much what people think about him. Oh my gosh, that's narcissistic, I guess. Personally, I think you should take the higher ground on your final draft of the letter you sent to her. Oh yeah, I am, Johnny. I am. Believe me. I have one here where I wrote, and I knew I wasn't, well, when I wrote it, I didn't know I wasn't going to send it. But after I wrote it, I decided just to hold on to it for a little bit and reread it before I sent it. And like I would never send that letter now because I just like pour my guts out and I don't hold back and I do not sugarcoat things to say the least. And yeah, I wouldn't send it to her now, and I will take the higher road for sure. Because like at this age, I have learned if it if it's not going to do good, I mean, why bring more grief into the situation, and anger and all that. And says she wishes she could be free like Fluffer Squirrel. How old are you, Anne? I'm just wondering because um, I think the older I got, the more I started to think in that direction, like not caring as much what people thought. Kimberly says to me it would be about paying my respects, yeah, and saying goodbye. Yeah, I always go through a few drafts too. Yeah, um, in the olden days, I would have written that letter and mailed it, and been fine with it, and not thought two cents about it. I wouldn't care if her feelings were hurt or if I came across like an evil daughter, But now I care more, and why stir the pot? You're 59. You haven't matured much. Well, I can't say I've matured a lot, but um, it is easier for me to like. Now, mind you, I couldn't be a mod because like I have trouble holding my opinions in situations like what the mods have to put up with and stuff. Like I'm I don't have the temperament for that, but or I wish I could find that Alonzo's blog so I could read it to y'all and read my answer. I will have that definitely ready next time because I want y'all to hear what I said. I want to get your opinion on it. But um, like with Stephanie Hutchinson and Alonzo's blog, um, I don't hold back. I'm a little rougher with Stephanie than I am with Alonzo for some reason. I think because I don't, he doesn't like attack as bad as Stephanie does. I mean, I think Stephanie is just loco, wacko, crazy. She definitely does not think about um, writing something and putting it down and going back to look at it later. You know, she doesn't care. She absolutely doesn't care. So, yeah. Well, I guess he's not going upstairs. He has the radio on, so let me continue here. Um, if I can remember where I was. Um, okay. Threats of evicting you or calling the police doesn't work for very long. Well, why would it? I'm thinking, why, if you're threatening me? Who likes threats? No one. You are aware of all the things I help you with, and yet you really don't understand the impact if I was to stop treating you as a friend and started treating you as a mere roommate, someone who I did not want anything personal to do with. I told you I would not leave a thing in my will to someone who treats me with disrespect and ingratitude. I'm like thinking, fuck you. What, he's going to demand that I respect him and have gratitude? He's going to demand it. I'm like, I tell him, you have to earn that. He writes, I mean that. Would you leave someone, would you leave someone, he means leave stuff in the will, for someone calling you cheap and other unpleasant things? I would like all the money arguments to stop. Just pay what you have agreed on without comment or anger, and let's be friends. Why you don't see the wisdom in that is beyond me. What do you gain with. Am I missing a page? Oh, what what can you gain with it? I think a part of you actually misses being homeless, at least enough to risk calling someone trying to help you a prick, cheap, money hungry, greedy narcissist, and even at times having a very nasty attitude towards me. I do not do things and pay for things for you to hear that. For pay for things for you to hear that. For a long time you have been very much making my simple life complicated and stressful. Not always, just especially when you are asked to contribute to the living expenses. What is cheap is the amount you have to pay for all you have in this arrangement. He was taking like more than half of my monthly paycheck, and he told me that I am not paying enough. But anyway, that's been worked out. I worked that out. Believe me, I worked that out. I I'm doing real good right now. Um, let's see. Excuse me. Um, if you want it to continue, you're going to have to pull in your horns and release you and realize you called me for help. And I have given I have given it in spite of your disdain, but it has worn a thin line a long time ago. If I go to a lawyer and he brings eviction, it will be too late. And he begins eviction, it will be too late. I implore you to begin to keep your promises, as I have many times before. I have enough troubles in my life. See, this letter is really nice. He is not this nice usually. So do you, I have enough troubles in my life, so do you, without this constant undercurrent of viciousness. If you if you want out of the will and out of my friendship for you, Keep it up. I guarantee it will happen. And if it does, you can have your life without me in it. I'm tired of warning you about it. It does no good. I sent you away from Rio Del, that's where he was living in California, and you said you had learned your lesson. You haven't. The next time we part, it will be forever. And it's close. Turn it around. Start with an apology. Anyway, that letter wasn't near as bad as I remember it being. I guess at the time, I think I was a little scared that he was going to evict me because he had made that threat so many times and, threatened to call the police on me and stuff that I thought that he would do it. Now I know that it's all rhetoric. And if he hasn't done it by now, he's not going to do it. So I don't feel like I have many worries there. Um, let's see. I used to say that the only home I will ever own that is only mine and no one will ask me to move is my casket. And the best part, I don't even have to pay for it myself. That's funny, Maya. That's funny. Let's see if I can scroll down without it going crazy. Maybe a little petty and say something like it's unfortunate she can't be mature enough to have a relationship with her daughter, even though you are free from the burden of addiction or something. Yeah, yeah, that's good. It's after trying so hard to please everyone to no avail. I just stopped caring. I know if I live good morals, respect, and understanding, I'm not doing that bad. You're right, Fluffer, because after like when I left him, however many years ago, and I was able to be the person who I really was, I liked myself. And, you know, and I wasn't all of the bad things that he had been telling me I was for so many years. And when you can like yourself because you are all those things because you know that you have good morals and you're respectful and you respect others and just everything you said, when you can feel good about yourself, then screw everybody else because if they're saying something about you and you know it's not true, there's nothing you can do to change their mind anyway. So I poofed to people. I'm like, I put my hand up and I call it poofed. I roll my eyes and just walk away. Yeah, I don't know. I've never cared what people thought. Most mods don't have that temperament. I've only run across a few that aren't very nice, but don't get me wrong. I will express my opinions without fear and don't give a rat's ass for fashion or stuff like that. Well, that's cool. Yeah, no, I wasn't thinking like anything about what you said, but I understand where you're coming from. When did he write that letter? I think it was like about 6 or 8 months ago, and I just ran across it tonight because I was looking for the first chapter of my book I wanted to share, but I couldn't find it, and I ran across that letter and the letter I wrote my mom, um, which I'm not going to read, but I couldn't. Yeah, I need to find my book so I can work on it now and then, pick it up when I feel like writing. I hope it's a bit better now. It's a lot better now because it took a long time to get to this point. But I mean, earlier tonight, this is what I have a hard time with, and I feel bad. Like I'm real short with my answers to him because he bugs me so much, and he he's trying to help, but I keep like wanting him to know if he just leaves me alone, I'm fine. But like, if I have my light off in my studio, that means I want my light off. And earlier tonight, he asked me 3 times, do you want me to turn your light on? I was short when I answered. I'm like, no, if I wanted my light on, I would turn it on. So I feel bad about stuff like that, you know. But and I've made it very clear, and he knows that it takes me 2 seconds, real time, to explode and and go there. And he hates fighting and arguing. He says, "Now, you want to know someone who can argue? Him." And if he doesn't like arguing, I can't tell because he'll keep it going and going and going and going and going. I mean, I'll keep going too. But I admit that I keep going. And I don't like to argue. So, but like when we were younger and he was the boss of me, we'd get an argument, but I really couldn't argue because I would get in trouble. So he used to make me sit on uh, my little dog. I don't know where my little dog is. Sorry, you guys. I thought he had walked up behind me. Um, he used to make me sit on the couch, and he would lecture me for 2 or 3 hours at a time. I'm not joking. It was horrid, horrible. So, yeah, I forgot my point there. I really thought he had walked up behind me. That's funny. It can't be easy living with needing to watch how you act and react around someone. And I don't watch how I used to watch how I um, acted and reacted around him. I don't anymore. I just act bad. And like, I was so scared to stand up for myself and fight back for myself and argue with him. But on the move out here, he accused me of lying about um, money because I was paying for the hotel room that night, but my bank had um, moved my money from my savings account to my check or from my checking into my savings, and I didn't know it, so it looked like I didn't have any money. And so he called me a liar, and I knew I wasn't lying. And when like that was the straw that broke the camel's back, and I lost it. And when nothing happened, like he didn't leave me on the side of the road, even though he threatened to. We were in Phoenix. Um, um, I figured out, well, I can argue back. What can he do, you know? And I just got worse and worse and worse. And like standing up for myself and not taking any crap from him. And it's got to the point now, like I said, like sometimes I feel bad because my answers are so short. I'm so short with him. But I'm telling you what, he's the one that pushed me there, and I know I have control of my actions and reactions, or I'm supposed to. That no one can make me do anything or act a certain way, but because I tell him the same thing, like he blames me for making him mad. I'm like, I can't make you mad. You let yourself get mad. So I can't blame him for my reactions or actions, but it's so different now. I don't have to put up with anything. I really don't. So it seems like the only complaint is you calling him cheap. That's his biggest complaint. That doesn't sound like much of a complaint. Yeah, you don't. But he is so narcissistic that calling him cheap is a huge deal. A huge deal. Because God forbid people would think he is cheap. My God, that was like the worst things in his mind. He's very, like I said, he's very vain and he cares so much about what people think. Him and my mom are the same in that regard. You know, they want everything to appear a certain way, and if it doesn't, then all hell breaks loose. Like me, I'm the total opposite. Like one day we were in a parking lot and he was getting my wheelchair out of the van for me, and then we were arguing and he slammed the door closed and said, "Get your own wheelchair." And so I was like, I told y'all I'm loud. He says I'm screaming, and I don't think I am. I think I'm just loud because I'm from Texas, but I probably do yell. But I was yelling in the parking lot at him, and he was so embarrassed. He's like, "Hush, hush, people are gonna hear you." I'm like, I don't care who hears me, but he cares so much, about how things look and what people might think. He shouldn't be around me then because I do not care. I don't care if I come across as a idiot sometimes. When I'm mad, I'm yelling like a fishwife. I don't care. Call me a fishwife. I know what I am. I'm just mad. I'm not a fishwife. Anyway, um, I'm not good at scrolling down this. I have this thing up there. I had something on that computer. I bet streets chats are fast and loose. Yeah, yeah, but he was getting. I haven't watched him in a while. Um, they're fast, but they're usually pretty nice, actually. But the last time I watched him, and it's probably been a week since I've watched him, they were getting a little spicy in there, and he was having to tell him to quit fighting and stuff. I don't know. I don't. I used to, like I said, I used to have like him and the protesters on at least in the background all the time. Um, but I've kind of steered away from that. I don't know why. Um, yeah, like the past week, my viewing changes have changed. My viewing habits have changed. I'd say something that he'd ask me to clarify, and I can't respond for another 10 minutes. What? I'd say something. He asked me to clarify. I can't respond for another. I'm lost. A fishwife? I don't know. A fishwife, like someone who, someone who like nags. Someone who's a nag, a fishwife. I don't know. I heard that years ago, I guess. It's a nagging, fishy, whiny wife. Drama everywhere. Yep. You limited yourself. Yeah. Um, there is drama here. I'm not gonna. I mean, people would call it drama. He, for sure. Well, he never has called it that. He just says he hates arguing all the time. And I tell him I can't tell because mods turn on. Oh! I see, Johnny. Now I get it. You have to. Sometimes I am so slow at understanding things, and like I've always been that way with jokes. There are so many jokes that have to be explained to me, and I'm not dumb, but for some reason I just don't get things sometime. And when I had my bicycle accident, I went over the handlebars and landed on my forehead, and my brain hit my skull. And um, I've told people I've noticed, like, especially lately, like, the past few months, my memory's not as good. Um, The older I get, I'm noticing that I just am not remembering things quite as quick. Um, and so I'm wondering if my accent had anything to do with not understanding jokes, or like you had to just explain what you meant just now. But I've kind of been like that since I can remember, people having to explain jokes to me because I just didn't get it. I don't know. I thought I thought it was, what is it? What's that? Um, how come I can't? That's not Catholic. Cathodic, right? I didn't put that together either. Oh, you didn't read? Well, good. Then I don't feel so bad. Streets would keep asking me, and he didn't even realize. Missed turned on 10 minutes slow chat. Oh, yeah. Um, but Reese never turns on slow chat, does she? I don't know how she's fast with that chat. She's good. I can't even imagine trying to like like have a conversation and keep up with the chat, um, throw out everybody's name, and like all three of those at once. She's good. You had it right the first time. Fishwife, never mind. Oh, I'm terrible. I apologize. I'm not trying to be dumb. Um, she hasn't, but it could happen. Yeah, I was wondering what's going to happen when she gets like 30,000 subs. Um, well, I assume she's still going on her lives every day on her channel. Like I stopped going there a long time ago. I just pop in every now and then, but she's been doing Related Boat the past 2 days with Tommy, which I like so much more. And I'm wondering if she is going to even like her channel that much anymore. You know what I mean? She might start getting tired of it a bit like sooner rather than later, since she has the Related Boat now. I don't know. It's difficult to mod when it gets to 800, I imagine. I don't know how you do it, Red. I really don't. Yeah, um, she's still doing her lives. Yeah, I like the new boat because they don't do the roll call, and they don't talk to the chat that much either. I think I missed the phone call, the call in. I missed the first part of that show tonight. I just caught the second half, or maybe the last quarter of the show. But I think DOA's chat is the best. But I've kind of stepped away too. I like the idea, but it seems like the activities have kind of taken a break too. Yeah, I used to go to DOA's chats a lot. I really liked him because he got rid of all the mods, and he was so funny of how he would put people in timeout and stuff, and then he'd have a certain words that you couldn't say. And he was a hoot, but something started to change with his chat too, and I can't even put my finger on it, but like I don't know. I stopped going to any of those the past week, like I said, as my viewing habits have changed. Um, if you're used to modding chats under 100, any more can send you into a panic. I bet, especially with the stream rates. Yeah, what are the, no, I don't understand the stream rates. Um, that's when someone someone goes off alive and then like a bunch of people from there go bombard someone else that's doing a live, like they all show up at once. I think that's what it is. I accidentally clicked subs only for over 10 minutes. Oh no, the other day, and didn't notice until chat said, and I was mortified that I had alienated new viewers and her channel. Accidents happened. Yes, yes, yes. You can't beat yourself up too much about that, and you know, most people will understand. You don't have to catch everything someone says as a mod or a streamer. You're right. You can get it the next time. Yeah, I guess that's true. I'm such a Virgo though. Like I feel like I need to see every little thing or I would be leaving someone out. Um like when I give directions, my directions are overboard. I do not need to say as much as I say. And I feel like that's how I would like be in the chat. I would think if I missed something or missed someone, I would be hurting someone's feelings or something. I don't know. But yeah, I guess you do not have to see everything. And a lot of times it's good because we talk amongst ourselves in the chat, so that gives the person a little break. They don't have to read every comment that we make. Um, Bots from multiple accounts invade the chat. Ah, what are bots? Bots. Not trolls. What are bots? I don't know what bots are. Yes, that is it. The mods drop the link, and people who want to follow and say hey from previous chat to share love. Ah, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, I don't know what a bot is. I'm sure I do. I'm just not putting it together. Robots? Hi, P. He knows that when I go off of here that he's going to get to go on a walk. He lives for his walks, believe me. Fake trolls. Oh, they're fake trolls, but still trolls. Now wait, how can you be a fake troll? You mean like, I don't know. Bots from multiple accounts invade the chat. You mean they invade the chat to like be mean, to cause upheaval because they all show up at once? So they're not doing it to be nice. That's the only thing I could think of. I don't know. I don't know. It's already almost 6 o'clock. Oh my goodness. People that have streamed for a while realize that people will not always kiss your butt, but that doesn't mean they don't support. Give someone a couple of times before they say something really dumb. Yeah, yeah. AI programs would unleash bots. Really? Huh. All this AI stuff I don't quite get. I don't know. I'm glad I'm not going to be around for when it becomes hard to buy food. I'm glad I'm not going to be around for AI either because it's a little scary, or could be a little scary. You know what I mean? Y'all know what I mean. Because the smart people are even unsure of where the AI thing is going to go, and it has potential to go somewhere bad. I started Wait, where did that go? My eyes are like playing tricks on me. I started decades ago bringing team, my eyes, why can't I see? Team Speak Online, then beta tested Skype, then alpha tested Discord. I've been very popular on YouTube a very long time ago as well. I absolutely understand. Let's see. What's beta testing and alpha testing? What does that mean? Smoke. Yeah, AI is very scary. I don't get the AI stuff, but I have seen the supportive stream raids and lots of trolls. Wow. Hmm. It seems like we need to put AI in charge of the trolls somehow. Now that would be something. Someone that was smart enough to figure out how AI could could attack the trolls and be of some good use. And that would be good. That would be good. It's like the light or something's bothering my eyes. Maybe I've been looking at the computer too long. Let's see. I've been on an hour and 41 minutes, so let's give it about 5 more minutes, guys. It is 6:01 a.m. And I do have to go give blood tomorrow. Oh my gosh, I hate that. It hurts. Every once in a while, I'll get a phlebotomist that doesn't hurt me, but you never know if you're going to get a good one or not. I think they know exactly where AI will end up. Oh, do you, Johnny? Are you a conspiracy theorist? We would test before releasing products, then follow through. Actually, AI is widely used in YouTube. I'm playing with the Rumble platform. Sorry, I'm having trouble reading this last few years. What's the Rumble platform? Yeah, I guess they use AI a lot more than I ever realized. Yeah, I hope I get a good one too, Red. I moved that now. I'm having trouble reading my screen for some reason. That's weird. You're not a conspiracy theorist, but you do think they know where it's going to end up? Where do you think it's going to end up, Johnny? I mean, do we know what they know? Do you think they've told us? Or do you think they're just saying they don't know but they do know? It's YouTube 15 years ago, simply put. Oh, wow. Now, when did YouTube start? Like, what year was that? Look at the Terminator movies. They knew sometime. Oh, I am the least movie person you would ever want to meet in your life, and I would never watch the Terminator movies. I'm sorry. I'm not going to lie. Oh, if I'm going to watch a movie, it's probably going to be, I want to say comedy, but good luck finding a movie that will make you laugh. Hmm, 2005. Wow. Huh. 2005. Huh. I don't know. I thought if I had to guess, I probably would have said in the 1990s, but that's how much I know. Rumble is just another video sharing platform like YouTube, but without censorship. Oh, huh. Interesting. They know but can't seem to stop it. Money and control. Hey, it does sound like a cult, doesn't it? Ay, ay, ay. 2012 or so, YouTube was bought by Google, right? Smoke? In 2012, did Google buy YouTube? know, like, I don't keep up with that stuff. It's not that interesting to me, I guess, because I don't have the money to buy any shares in Google or YouTube, so why do I care? uh, oh, goodness. The delay on here. Oh, I read, and StreamYard told me that YouTube has a 10-second delay. Um, hence the delay from you guys to me. Um, it is 10 seconds. I was trying to figure out how long it was, and I thought it was about 8 or 10 seconds. And StreamYard did let me know on something I was doing the other day that it was a 10-second delay. My hobby was building gaming rigs way back at 54. I am literally an antique in the business. You're not an antique. Well, you might be an antique. I always say I'm as old as dirt. Now that's pretty old. Old as dirt. But Smoke, did Google buy YouTube in 2012? That's a question. Oh, Johnny says, heck, 2006 they bought it, but they didn't charge it until probably, or change it probably until 2012. Good to know. Hmm, I don't know. All I know is that at this age, I never in a million years thought I would even try something like this because, well, just because I've been talking about like when I was younger and prettier and was running around and I had my legs. Um, I was talking about getting on YouTube way back then. That was probably, well, that was before, right before, that was probably 2001. So I don't know what I was thinking. There was some way you could get on camera and show yourself and get people to pay you. I'm not talking about the sex stuff, but that was going on too. But and then finally, like I wanted to jump on the bandwagon since I couldn't. In Jacksonville, there is no org for me to go protest live, and I wanted to be part of this movement. And the only thing I could think of was that people that want to tell their story who have never been in Scientology um, don't have a place to do that in the SPTV community because the ex-Scientologists don't have never ends on to tell their story. You know, they keep it between themselves. And I just wanted us to have somewhere to tell our story. So hopefully it will grow from that. It might change, like my intentions for it might change. Who knows? I'll go with the flow. But and then I thought about it for about a couple of months, and I kept hearing like um, people on the tutorials about starting a channel. All they kept saying was, "Don't delay, don't wait, start now. You will figure it out. Just don't try to do figure it out and have it all lined up and ready to go because it will probably change anyway." They said just jump on there, do what you do, and you will figure it out. So one day that's what I did, and voila, here I am. But um, I missed part of the conversation. Let's see, does this even go up? My thing's not moving. Oops. Um, my lips are so chapped. October 2006. You like VR too? VR, VR. I don't know. Yeah, I meant changed. They left it pretty open until 2012 to 2014. That's when they started censoring everything. Oh, really? Huh. That's interesting. That was a pretty long time ago when you think about it. Um, I did too till stroke took my right eye. Oh, I see what you mean. I see what. Is VR video record? Is that? So I don't want to be dumb, but I'm so sorry, Smoke. Um, yeah, I'm kind of like a stroke victim, Smoke. I don't know if you were here when I told about falling on my left forehead, so my right side is worse than my left side. That's that's the only way. Like my similarities between a stroke victim and myself is one side is worse on my body than the other side, or is affected more than the other side. Um, Helicopter does. I'm not sure. Oops. This is crazy the way this moves. Ay, ay, ay. Is Susie here? She must be down further. I don't want sympathy, but if you want to hear a crazy story, I got you. I can almost guarantee nobody can beat. That is a deal. I have at least two, but I think three people that emailed me yesterday that want to tell their story. So can I keep you like in say 2 weeks if you don't mind? I would love to have you on, or maybe even next week if I can like switch things around because I would like to have male, female, the best I can, because um, I know there's a lot more females in this community, so I'd like to grab you guys when I can. That would be great. Be great. Hi, Susie. Susie. Welcome. I'm not going to be on here very much longer, Susie, but I'm glad you popped in. Susie, I have a skit that I want you to do with me. I want us to go on live. I have a skit where it's kind of silly, but um it's of a therapist and her patient is someone that just left a cult or a high demanding religion or something like that. Anyway, it's kind of funny. I thought that you would be fun to do it with. So if would you email me? I'll give you my email real quick. It's real easy. If you're interested at all in doing that with me, I oops, what happened now? I swear to God. Ugh. Oh no. Oh my goodness. I have the worst time sometimes. Um, let me email here real quick. Sorry, you guys. Okay, there's my email. Um, yeah, email me, and then I will attach this. It's a Word document. I copied it too, so I will send it to you. I think it'd be fun to do something like that, something different, and it's fun to laugh. Love laughing. It feels so good to laugh. So, Johnny, that's my email address that I put in the chat. So, if you pop me an email too, then I'll have your email address and we can figure out when you can tell your story. That'd be great. Perfect, perfect. Miss Dawn, hello, hello, hello from North Georgia. What's the weather like in North Georgia right now? It was a beautiful day here in northern Florida. Yeah, I'm wondering if it's gotten warm up in North Georgia yet. It's not that far from North Florida, but there's a difference for sure. Sure. Okay, you screenshot it. Good. People are getting up and I'm just going to sleep. I know. Isn't that funny, Red? Yeah, I am gonna pop off of here, you guys. How long ago? I said I was gonna go off a long time ago. It's been almost 2 hours now. I can't remember what I said it had been when I said I was gonna give it 5 more minutes. I start talking and can't stop. Ah. Um. Okay, so thank you guys for being here with me. I love talking with y'all. I like talking more than I realized, I guess, because I don't shut up, do I? Um, yeah, I'm going to find Alonzo's blog and read it to y'all. You might find it before um, I show y'all. But if you want to hold off, I am going to read it and then read what I wrote back to him. I actually made a, I made a post to his post, and then he made a post to my post, and then I posted back to his post. And the second one that I wrote him was very long, because I had a lot to say. Listen, you guys, his was only about like 3 sentences to me, but what he said to me was horrible, I think. I mean, who has the nerve to accuse someone of being in a cult? I mean, for real, I would never accuse someone of that. I mean, like, he doesn't know me, and he was making a lot of assumptions from the post that I left, in my opinion. But anyway, y'all will find out how I think because my woman logic gets to work in my response to his 2 or 3 sentences. I have about, I don't know, I have a lot. I answered long. Anyway. Okay, yeah, by Smoke, by Johnny, by Red, and Susie, and everybody else. And Maya. I can't see anybody else's name on the screen, but I know there's 10 people here. Um, I don't want to sound corny, but I appreciate you being my friends. I feel like I have friends in this community, and I do appreciate you guys. And get some rest. I'm gonna get some rest. Oh, did y'all see my shirt? It says I arted, ARTED. Kind of funny, huh? It kind of looks like farted, but it's I arted. Anyway, um, okay. I'll see you on the flip side. Have a great morning. Bye.